Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, cow pen owner lashes out at his critics while acknowledging he exceeded the numbers permitted at his fete. Police commissioner announces plans to investigate the inaction of officers assigned to the cow pen. Curfew breakers should expect to land in the hands of lawmen as they reinstitute roadblocks. DPP confirms that no charges will be laid against Mount Gay security guards accused of sexually assaulting mentally ill patient. And Rastafarians ask Minister Peter David how much longer before they could smoke their weed in peace. In around the globe, St. Lucians elect the opposition St. Lucia Labour Party to form the new government. And more than 2,000 people affected and hundreds of homes destroyed by floods in Sudan. Coming up in sports, Grenada's Delron Felix helps cement Grenada's Olympic on the global swimming map. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's news at 7. The cow pen owner is not taking his death like a sheep, and neither is he tagging lines in the story about the animal farm. He is lashing out against those who have cast aspersions on his political affiliation following a social event at his venue last weekend. The cow pen came into sharp focus following the activity, with some accusing the authorities of inequities in applying the rules governing carnival activities. And it's apparent that Jude Jack had enough of the public backlash.
The only problem what I could say I might have here, if they tell me it is 50, he might have 70 because people want to lie. So the crowd, it is a little more than they tell me.
That's Jude Jack of Paradise St. Andrew, the owner and operator of the popular events venue, the Cow Pen. He took to social media to address concern about an event which he hosted last weekend and which created a buzz on social media. The gathering at his place became a hot talking point as the police and other state bodies clamp down on events which have been attracting large crowds.
Really and truly, I did not want to have nothing on the Cow Pen because I see other people having activity all where you pass. So I say, okay, I'm going to write to have activity. Where everything was okay, they give me the permission with procedure of what they put in place. Jude, I don't want that, and I don't want that.
Following the Cowpen event, some persons decried what they say is a lack of consistency in the enforcement of the law. The presence and inaction of police officers on duty at the event was also placed under scrutiny. During Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing, Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin commented on breaches of the COVID-19 protocols.
My biggest disappointment with this event is that the conditions as stipulated to the organizer was grossly violated with my police officers being at the venue. As to why this has happened is a matter for an internal investigation which is on the way.
The Cowpen event has fallen smack in the middle of public discourse on permission being granted for the hosting of some events, while others fail to get the green light. Jack was upset that persons have cast aspersions on his political affiliation.
I'm calling on to Grenada. Sorry for the disrespect on my speak. I'm tired. Don't put the Cowpen in political way. If I'm supporting progress, I'm supporting progress. NDC zombies and them leave Jude alone.
The Cowpen owner felt he was unfairly targeted and questioned why no mention has been made about events at Willis in recent weeks.
If Willis have violence and I give the Cowpen a try and it was success, you cannot put Cowpen with Willis and go political to know what, okay, one set of people having and some don't having.
It has been a challenging time for members of the public who have not had the annual carnival activities as an outlet because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Government says it understands the frustration felt by many, but it has no choice but to suspend the activities in the interest of protecting the health and well-being of the population.
If you are thinking of violating curfew hours, which I hope you're not, you need to think twice. Whereas you may have gotten away scot-free in recent weeks, that will no longer be the case. As we will hear in this report, you will run into the waiting arms of policemen and women on patrol and those stationed at strategic roadblocks.
The police have warned that measures will be heightened to enforce the midnight dawn curfew, which has been in effect for several months. They have found it necessary to do so to curb social events associated with the carnival season. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin says that from tonight, members of the public should see an increase in enforcement.
We have changed our approach, and you will see, I believe it is from tonight, a very heightened approach in the enforcement of curfew from midnight. There was a serious scale down on the enforcement of curfew at midnight, more being done with roving patrols. We do realize that the roving patrol is not cutting it, so we will re-implement the curfew system at midnight, hopefully with the intention of limiting the movement of persons in the after hours for different activities.
Lawmen say it was their hope that people would comply with the regulations and not force their hand. However, they note that while the police were lenient, some persons started taking advantage of the system by hosting events without permission. Some of them went further by going long past curfew hours by holding all-night events, which went on into the following day as if organizers and patrons had no regard for the law. Roadblocks and other measures are being put in place.
On the issue of roadblocks, yes, that is the position. Curfew is being implemented from midnight, and I think us instituting roadblocks in strategic locations followed by patrols in between those roadblocks will be able to deter some of the activities that are taking place in locations, even without application and without the knowledge of the police. So we will definitely be looking at putting that in place.
The top cop also outlined plans to boost the level of police presence at strategic locations across the island.
We are also looking, as we normally do with all carnival periods, we will call back in persons from the force who are on leave, and we will be distributing other departments of the force to augment the conventional units, the police stations and so forth, to be able to have the manpower and the resources that is required to be able to police the respective events.
This is the second consecutive year that Grenada has had no carnival because of COVID-19. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
No changes will be laid against the 2 security guards at the Mount Gay Mental Hospital who were accused of sexually assaulting a mentally ill patient. Rena Pear-Thomas brings us an update on that story.
After months of investigation, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force say that the internal inquiry has concluded and no charges should be laid against the 2 security guards who were accused of sexually assaulting and impregnating a warded patient at the Mount Gay Mental Hospital. The accusation was made by the female patient in February of 2021, which later led to the suspension of the 2 guards upon the completion of the inquiry. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin says that after the investigation, a report was made to the Department of Public Prosecution and a decision was made.
The issue of the investigation relating to the mental health situation, that investigation was completed. File was submitted to the DPP, and the recommendations were that we cannot prefer any charges. The legal explanations on that, if needs be, I'm sure you can probably reach out to DPP, but the recommendations we have is that we cannot prefer or should not prefer charges in this regard.
GBN spoke with the Director of Public Prosecution, Mr. Christopher Nelson, who said that while he cannot give details as to the findings of the investigation, after reviewing the evidence presented to him, he advised that no criminal charges be laid. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
A series of town hall meetings have been started with British American policyholders in Grenada. The first one is still in progress on the Zoom platform, having started about half an hour ago. This comes as policyholders take legal action against the company with the hope that they could recover funds which were invested before it went belly up. Rena Pear-Thomas tells us more.
2 weeks ago, a lawsuit was filed with the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, by the policyholders in Grenada and other Eastern Caribbean islands. They took action against a Trinidad-based company because they were not offered compensation as per with what was awarded to policyholders in other CARICOM member states. They want full compensation plus interest for 10 years. Queen's Counsel Simon Davenport, head of the legal team.
We will ask the Caribbean Court of Justice to agree that there is an arguable case and that our clients should be permitted to bring this claim. That's called special leave. So we are seeking special leave to bring the claim. The claim so far has been brought, as you've heard, by groups from Grenada and Antigua. But as you've heard, we intend to add policyholders from further countries, if permission, that special leave is granted.
The Bacall grouping has held consultations with aggrieved policyholders throughout the OECS to explain their rights. It's inviting policyholders wishing to join the class action to register through a network of case managers located in various islands. Bacall President Dr. Patrick Antwine says there are over 7,500 policyholders in the region.
Today we are depending on you. We are reaching out to you. We are seeking partnership with you in helping to right what has in fact been, in the eyes of the policyholders, of which I'm one, a grievous injustice that's been done to Eastern Caribbean policyholders. The extent of what is still outstanding for policyholders in the Eastern Caribbean is just over $800 million. I did say $800 million. And we're talking about literally thousands of individual policyholders. And when, of course, you take on board the fact that many of the entities themselves have clients or members or customers or depositors, then we're talking about a large part of the OECS civilization.
BACOL will hold a series of online town hall meetings to provide information on how they will proceed and clarify various issues. The first in the series will be held in Grenada today, July 27th at 6 p.m. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
This is news at 7. Coming up, Rastafarians ask Minister Peter David how much longer before they could smoke their weed in peace. Stay with us.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
Hi, darling. Are you still working on that article to help customers better understand their GreenLec bill?
Yes. Have a look. The left side shows the electricity rates and government charges. The middle has your present usage and 8-month usage history. And the right side shows all your charges.
What about the fuel and non-fuel charge?
Good question. The fuel charge is the cost of fuel to generate your electricity. The non-fuel charge is the cost of delivering electricity to your home and any other necessary services.
And VAT?
You pay 15% on the non-fuel portion of any usage over 99 units.
How much is the environmental levy that GreenLec collects for Solid Waste Management Authority?
This charge on domestic customers is $5 or $10, depending on your usage. So, add the fuel, non-fuel, VAT, and the environmental levy, and that's your electricity bill.
GreenLec, energizing our Grenada.
Seriously, there's a better way to beat the heat. Get an air conditioning unit at Quartz, starting at $1,199. Get free installation on your purchase. Plus, with Ready Finance, you can shop now and pay nothing for 60 days. Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Get ready for the most anticipated event this summer. Wagiti Premium All-Inclusive Fest. Tropical Hawaiian. The White Edition. On Saturday, July 31st from 5 p.m.
Tanty Plainfield.
Featuring 2 live bands.
Solid and Octane.
With Grenada's top soca acts.
Looney Sparks and Electrified.
Wackaday. Your DJs Danny and Kevon. Advance tickets $350. Available at gotofat.com.
Or our main office on Grove Street Mall.
Saturday, July 31st. Wagiti Premium All-Inclusive Fest. This is not just a fete. It's an event. Please note all patrons must be
fully vaccinated.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, GreenLec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Ridgeway Residences. a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
It's coming. Something's coming. Listen, something big is happening, Grenada, and it's just what you've been waiting for. The Grenada Movement, TGM the Party, launches on Monday, August 2nd at the Spice Basket in Beaulieu. Doors open at 3 p.m. The event starts at 5 p.m. sharp. You're invited to come out and be entertained, motivated, and empowered as TGM unveils its political platform, a movement to change our future. Come out in your numbers or join us online as together we take Grenada forward. COVID-19 protocols will be in full effect.
Bingo fans! Sunday, August 1st from 6 p.m. The 26th edition of Wagity Virtual Bingo is on, and you can win big money.
How much? Like $8,000?
Your mother! You can win $10,000 US.
Wow!
And hear this, for 1 week only, tickets are $10 US, then $12 US after. If you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. So, what are you waiting for? Sunday, August 1st, play Wagity Virtual Bingo. It's the new way to play bingo.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
Rastafarians are asking how much longer, Minister? They want Minister Peter David to fulfill a promise to decriminalize marijuana. Chrislyn John met with members of the tribe today and sent us this report.
Back in December 2020, the United Nations removed marijuana from the list of most dangerous drugs. Against this backdrop, Grenada being one of the last countries of the region yet to decriminalize cannabis, the Rastafari movement is questioning the delay.
Months ago, a meeting was held with the agriculture ministers and some other officials. And it was said that sometime in June, which gone, that a copy of the marijuana law would have been taken to Parliament for discussion. But up to this date, we as a people haven't heard anything concerning this. So my question is simple. I'm just asking government or the Prime Minister or the Minister of Agriculture if this has been done or when will it be done.
Roundtable discussions with non-governmental organizations, Conference of Churches, Rastafari Movement, among others, were held with a promise that the issue will be tabled in the Houses of Parliament in June for its first reading. July is almost at its end, and this has not yet manifested. Minister for Agriculture Peter David acknowledges that they did not fulfill as promised, but with reason.
Yes, we did indicate when we began the discussions on cannabis decriminalization that we're estimating that we should be ready sometime around June of this year. We do have before Cabinet a draft legislation that we are discussing in Cabinet, and hopefully we will have that come out of Cabinet and into public discussions sometime very soon.
The minister says they will be looking at first the decriminalization of small quantities and later on the commercial aspect of cannabis. He assures the Rastafari community that something will be done sooner rather than later to allay their anxiety.
I certainly would like to see something go to the Parliament before year's end. We were working towards June, July. There is a bit of a delay because, as you're well aware, it's not an easy process. It's not a process simply of just coming to the public and doing it. We also have to consider maybe we go to Parliament for first reading, allow a process of discussion, and then we go for second reading. So.
Priest of the House of Nyabinghi, St. Patrick Bongo Starai, is also calling on government to wipe the record clean for those who have, as he puts it, been prosecuted for cannabis.
We need a freedom, you know. We need a religious freedom, you know. We need a sacrament, you know, to give thanks and praise to the Most High, Rastafari, you know. So this is why I'm here today to emphasize, you know, to the government of Grenada, you know, that I as Rastafari, where I stand. And where I stand is that we also want to apology from them. The apology don't mean that to say you're sorry, but then to give to repair the damage done to Rastafari within the records of the name and different things like that.
Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Now to news of politics, where we find that Grenada's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, has extended congratulations to the victorious St. Lucia Labour Party, SLP, which secured 13 of the 17 seats contested in Monday's poll. In a letter dispatched Tuesday morning to Prime Minister-elect Philip Pierre, the Grenadian leader also extended personal congratulations to Mr. Pierre, who received the nod from his constituents for the 6th consecutive time. We get more out of St. Lucia's general election from our regional media colleague, Natalie Jolie Francis.
We looking good. Soon the announcement gonna come for us, but we know we win already.
Supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party took to the streets just hours after the vote count started in what was touted as the most consequential election in the island's 42-year history as an independent state.
Congrats. Thank you. All the best.
Philip J. Pierre, the leader of the SLP, joined his supporters at his Castries East constituency to acknowledge the victory and the significance of the overwhelming mandate he's been given. Mr. Pierre has promised to make unity a key theme of his term as Prime Minister of St. Lucia.
A government of inclusion, a government that will listen to people, a government of tolerance, and we hope to take this country out of the mire of division and conflict that exists now.
The St. Lucia Labour Party won 13 seats, 7 more than they held previously, including Mico North, an impenetrable United Workers' Party seat with the youngest candidate, Jeremiah Norbert, making history. The SLP scored upsets in Rosalie, with the biggest shock being the defeat of Guy Joseph in Castries Southeast. He was the second most powerful politician in the UWP government. Former Prime Minister Alan Shastney conceded and congratulated Prime Minister-elect Philip J. Pierre in a post on social media. It was a bruising defeat for Mr. Shastney, who lost 9 seats, giving the SLP a comfortable margin. 2 independents, Richard Frederick in Castries Central and former Prime Minister Stephenson King, who both fell out with the United Workers' Party, won with comfortable margins. So this is the new political map. The Labour Party has 13 seats, the UWP 2, and the independents have 2 seats in Parliament.
Lots of gatherings there. Grenadians at home and in the diaspora have complained about the frustration they encounter when trying to reach the COVID-19 desk for assistance. This issue was addressed during Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health with responsibility for hospital services and community health services, Hannah Julian St. Paul, who said several changes have been made to address those concerns.
We have implemented a new phone system for the help desk. So access to the help desk via phone has been one of our several challenges and constant reports from travelers and the public. So the ministry has worked along with Flow to implement that new system to create greater access for travelers and the public seeking information. As of yesterday, the 26th of July, that system has been fully implemented. The system is a virtual PBX with access numbers remaining the same as the previous numbers. So there is no change in the access numbers.
She said that one of the challenges realized was a staff shortage, which was also addressed.
In review of the volume of work to be done, we realized that the manpower to carry out these duties was a bit inadequate. Hence, over the last 6 weeks, a total of 6 additional staff were added to the desk. This was done to enable a shift system for the desk, making it less burdensome on the current staff, and that shift system allows the desk to operate up to 12 midnight on a daily basis.
Now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. 3 Vincentian women who entered Grenada illegally were ordered to leave the island. Superintendent Vannie Cohen spoke about the situation.
The court this morning, these are the 3 Vincentian who entered the country illegally last week. They were taken to court this morning and they were ordered to be deported back to St. Vincent. So yes, to answer your question, they should have been tested for COVID-19. They are currently in police custody waiting deportation arrangement, after which they would be sent back to their homeland.
Our online audience give their input. Cyril commented they should not be deported. What if Mount St. Catherine erupted and we were in a similar predicament? We are all children from the same African tree. Kenisha wrote Vincentians were offered the option to come here after the volcano. Most of them declined and chose to remain in their beloved country. Now entering illegally, and once again Grenadians, also known as Lord Savums, here talking about how heartless it is to send them home. All you have people in your own country homeless and hungry and won't help them, but ever ready to help those in other countries. This individual commented, why deport them? Test them and let them go through the regular COVID-19 procedure, and if anyone is willing to house them, leave them alone. I thought there was free travel through the OECS. If that is what happens to those people, I guess I am wrong. Joe asked, is it even possible for a CARICOM national to be illegal in another CARICOM state? And Valma commented, I want to believe all CARICOM nationals, St. Vincent included, are welcome to our country. The issue here is the illegal entry. The state has a right to secure its borders. It is sad if they are refugees, but most Vincentians did not want to evacuate after the volcano. The government of Grenada has opened doors and welcomed many who legally evacuated after the volcanic eruption. This is a national security issue. The same was done for nationals from South American countries who entered our borders illegally. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
We
We have been seeing quite some interesting fruits lately. GBN's I Saw reporter tonight features a mango she saw and decided she just had to take a pic to share with the Grenadian public. Quite an interesting one indeed. What interesting pic do you have to share with us? Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Very interesting indeed. Still ahead, we'll tell you about the Adult and Teen Challenge program designed to help young people. This is News at 7.
Get ready for the most anticipated event this summer. Wagiti Premium All-Inclusive Fest. Tropical Hawaiian. The White Edition. On Saturday, July 31st from 5 p.m.
Tanty Plainfield.
Featuring 2 live bands.
Solid and Octane.
With Grenada's top soca acts.
Looney Sparks and Electrified.
Wackadag. Your DJs Danny and Kevon. Advance tickets $350. Available at gotofat.com.
Or our main office on Grove Street Mall.
Saturday, July 31st. Wagiti Premium All-Inclusive Fest. This is not just a fest. It's an event. Please note all patrons must be
fully vaccinated.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
It is said that the 3 basic needs of a human being are food, clothing, and shelter. Adult and Teen Challenge Grenada is a program designed to help young people between the ages of 15 and 30 to meet their basic needs.
The program was first launched at Her Majesty's Prison 2 years ago to assist ex-prisoners with rehabilitation. It has now extended to youth in the rural communities who are either unemployed or underemployed in 3 areas of agriculture. The goal, according to President of the organization, June Purcell, is to provide residential and non-residential care by a faith-based non-governmental organization.
Training in rabbit rearing, beekeeping with honey production, and crop production, short crops and so on. And so they've been here getting technical training in those areas. And a very important aspect of the training is character building. So their life skills, personal development, leadership development, management, how you manage your money, and these are some of the issues. And of course, spiritual development.
Jude Hector is the Executive Director of Adult and Teen Challenge. He cites the relevance of the program. This, he says, will contribute to self-sustenance as a nation.
Especially, we were intentionally focused on agriculture, just given where we are right now, nationally and globally. I think we have to recognize that agriculture is so important. In fact, the Minister of Agriculture himself, and he quotes from somebody else, he says it most times he has meetings. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing else will have the opportunity to go right. And I think with COVID, that's even more reality. So if the ports get shut down, this gets shut down, what do we eat?
Hector promises that on completion of the program, students will not be left alone. All it takes is a vision or setting goals they wish to accomplish.
Leave the program, what next? So what we are able to do with that particular grant funding, which we'll be getting soon, is, for example, the rabbit class, we've constituted what they need to start the own rabbit operation. So a pair of rabbits, some feed, the cage. For the bees, a hive at least with some protective gear. So, and the crops, some tools, some seeds, and so on. So for each student, when they graduate from the program, but they have to graduate. In other words, this is for students who are serious and they will have been successfully assessed, right? They will get a take home, as it were.
Students are also sent out on job training in other agricultural facilities for at least 6 to 8 weeks. The program, which is funded by Skills for Youth Employment in the Caribbean, SKY, will run for 12 months. The first annual general meeting of Adult and Teen Challenge Grenada was held last Saturday. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
Stay with us. The weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Are you
you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Let's look at the weather forecast. Tonight's minimum temperature, 24.5 degrees Celsius. Weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate isolated showers. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open water. Tides are low at midnight and high at 6 a.m. Let's look ahead on Wednesday. Sun will rise at 6 minutes to 6. Partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times, and a medium chance of thunder. There is a low chance of flash floods. On Thursday, same medium chance of flash floods, but also cloudy to overcast and windy with light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times, and a medium chance of thunder, which might improve as the day progresses. And on Friday, partly cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers, especially in the afternoon. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenadian swimmer Delron Felix finished third in his heat of the men's 100-meter freestyle competition, the women's 100-meter backstroke, with a time of 1 minute 10.24 seconds. Unfortunately, her time was not fast enough to advance her to the semifinals. Moving on to cricket, Australia's varied bowling attack once again dominated a suspect West Indies batting lineup on the way to a series-clinching 6-wicket victory in the decisive final fixture of the 3-day one-day international series at Kensington Oval in Barbados on Monday. Opening batsman Evan Lewis played a lone hand with an unbeaten 55 as the tourists bundle out of the home side for 152 of 45.1 overs, batting first with Mitchell Stark leading with figures of 3 for 43. That effort lifted his series wicket haul to 11 and confirmed the left-arm pacer as man of the series. Matthew Wade's unbeaten 51 from 52 balls with 2 sixes and 5 fours led Australia to the target with almost 20 overs to spare. He received good support from Alex Carey, 35, and Mitchell Marsh, 29, after the West Indies prized out the openers early and the slow bowlers, led by Akil Hussain, threatened to give their team a fighting chance at defending that modest target. Yet the Man of the Match award did not go to either Stark or Wade, but to left-arm spinning all-rounder Agar. Having been selected to replace younger brother and pacer West in the final 11 on a surface expected to favor the slow bowlers, he responded with figures of 2 for 31 off his allotted 10 overs and then contributed an important 19 not out in an unbroken fifth wicket partnership of 54 to take his side through what could have been a tricky chase. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean hookup. The main opposition, St. Lucia Labour Party, under the leadership of Philip J. Pear, has claimed victory in the general election on Monday as St. Lucian voters stuffed their frustrations into the ballot boxes and rejected the Alan Chastney administration after only a 5-year term in office. The party won 13 seats, while the ruling United Workers' Party won 2 seats, one of which was won by Prime Minister Alan Chastney. In addition, voters created history in the Caribbean by electing 2 independent candidates to the 17-member parliament. Among them is the former Prime Minister Stephenson King. Speaking to local media, Pear said, and I quote, "Here we are. We have won the government, and I intend to be a government for the entire country, a government of inclusion, a government that will listen to people, a government of tolerance, and we are hoping to take this country all the way from the division and the conflict it is in now," unquote. In this scenario, with the UWP and the independent candidates securing 2 seats each, it is not yet known who will be the leader of the opposition. Meanwhile, Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness yesterday announced new measures in the wake of rising cases of COVID-19. Mr. Holness outlined the measures during a press conference in Jamaica, which includes a curfew that will be in effect on the island's upcoming Independence Day on August 6th.
On Monday to Saturday, the curfew hours will be from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. the following morning. On Sundays and public holidays, the curfew hours will be from 3 p.m. to 5 a.m. the following morning. For Emancipation Day, which is Sunday, August the 1st, the curfew will commence at 3 p.m. and it will end at 5 a.m. the following Monday.
Internationally, flash floods in Sudan have displaced more than 2,000 people and hundreds of homes have been destroyed in the eastern state of Gadaref. The government is warning that the rainy season has just begun and people in affected areas are asking for urgent aid. Al Jazeera's Heba Morgan reports from Sudan's Gadaref state.
It's the first time in 5 days that Nadir can enter this room in his home. He says he and his family were asleep when the waters came cascading. He's now trying to salvage what he can.
We escaped with the clothes on our back and left everything behind. The waters came from a valley in the east and kept rising quickly. It's only this morning that some streams that were blocked were opened and the levels have gone down a bit, but water keeps coming.
More than 60 houses in Nadir's neighborhood have been partially or completely destroyed by the rising waters, the result of heavy rains coming off the mountains and swelling rivers. People say it's the worst they've seen in years.
This used to be part of my home, but the walls and ceilings have collapsed. My savings were in this room as well as important documents. All have been washed away along with some things I brought to sell people.
Officials say at least 10,000 people have been affected and more than 2,000 have been displaced. Sudan's government says more floods are expected in many parts of the country during the annual rainy season in August and has urged those at risk to take necessary precautions. While some families have opted to stay in their homes despite the floods, others had no option but to leave. The state authorities have been criticized for not acting fast enough. And as it's only the start of the rainy season, it's feared that more houses are in danger of collapse and that more people will suffer. This school is where some families have sought refuge. Many are still waiting for aid days after the floods, and concerns are growing over lack of basic necessities.
There are elderly people here with us, and there are kids who need urgent care. They need food and medicines. The government needs to act immediately.
Others are also calling on aid organizations for assistance.
The floods have brought with it snakes and scorpions, and we need anti-venom drugs. We need international aid organizations to step in and help before things get worse as the rain season continues.
Al-Fao is one of the underdeveloped rural areas in Sudan, and Nadir worries it will take too long before they get the help they need. Heba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Al-Fao, Gadaref, Sudan.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Let's recap the headlines. Cowpen owner lashes out at his critics while acknowledging he exceeded the numbers permitted at his fete. Police commissioner announces plans to investigate the inaction of officers assigned to the cowpen. Curfew breakers should expect to land in the hands of lawmen and women as they reinstitute roadblocks. DPP confirms that no charges will be laid against Mount Gay security guards accused of sexually assaulting mentally ill patient. And Rastafarians ask Minister David how much longer before they could smoke their weed in peace. In around the globe, St. Lucians elect the opposition St. Lucia Labour Party to form the new government, and more than 2,000 people affected and hundreds of homes destroyed by floods in Sudan. In sports, Grenada's Delron Felix helps cement Grenada's place in the Olympics when it comes to swimming. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd, on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.